Cockroach. It's an ugly word, right? Totally dehumanizing. But a week ago, in May 2026, it literally became the spark that ignited a national explosion. We're starting this explainer with this single word because it didn't just break the internet. It exposed a deep, festering rot right inside India's legal establishment. A remark by Chief Justice Surya Kant during a Supreme Court hearing.
Entire world may be eligible to become senior. At least you are not entitled. If the High Court makes you senior, we will set aside that.
You have no other litigation just to pursue your senior. Is senior advocate a status to be ornamentally kept at residence or a recognition for your role and participation in the justice delivery system?
I want to read what kind of language he is using on the Facebook. Let people understand. I will going to teach them what is the meaning of the discipline in profession. I have dealt with so many this kind of characters in past.
Really sorry if I have heard you, Lord.
There are already parasites in society who attack you people, you attack the system, and you want to join hands with them. There are youngsters like cockroaches, they don't get any employment, they don't have any place in profession. Some of them become media, some of them become social media, some of them become RTI activists, some have become another activists, and they start attacking everyone. And you people file contempt petition because High Court is not taking up the matter.
It was probably supposed to be just a passing comment. Instead, it triggered an absolute earthquake. For an entire generation of law students and young lawyers suffocating under a broken system, this wasn't some metaphor. It was a direct insult aimed right at their daily struggles. And the backlash was instantaneous. Within just days, a satirical movement calling itself the Cockroach Janta Party, or CJP, was born. 20 million. That's the number of Instagram followers the CJP amassed by May 22nd, completely dwarfing the ruling political party's entire digital footprint. So let's dive into it. Today we're unpacking the Cockroach Manifesto, the spark, the powder keg, and exactly how India's legal regulatory bodies failed an entire generation. Right after the immediate backlash, the Chief Justice did issue a clarification. He stated he was misquoted and was really only targeting individuals with fake and bogus degrees. But honestly, the defense completely failed. The original words had already struck an incredibly deep, pre-existing wound, landing squarely on the anxieties of unemployed youth. Because this wasn't just some brief online outrage. Led by 30-year-old Abhijit Tipki, the Cockroach Janta Party launched on May 16th, and the numbers are wild. Over 350,000 registered signups, 8.8 million followers in just 96 hours, and it rapidly spilled offline. Volunteers in actual cockroach costumes took to the streets, reclaiming this derogatory label and turning it into a weapon. Look at this reality. To practice law in India, you have to pass the All India Bar examination. But the failure rates? They're wildly erratic. In AIBE 18, a staggering 51.64% failed. Then, in AIBE 20, nearly 31% failed. The Bar Council of India suddenly changed qualifying thresholds, basically penalizing students at the very exit stage for the substandard education provided by colleges that the BCI itself accredited. And what if you actually pass? Well, welcome to intense financial precarity. In 2024, the BCI recommended a minimum stipend of 20,000 rupees a month for junior advocates. The actual reality on the ground? Zero. The Bombay High Court clarified that this circular completely lacks statutory force. So junior lawyers are left with zero protection, essentially forced into unpaid chamber work just to survive. The broken ladder between 2023 and 2025, a truly silent epidemic swept across the national law universities, supposed to be India's islands of excellence. At NLU Delhi alone, 3 students died by suicide in a single month. It's heartbreaking, and it points directly to systemic administrative negligence, severe understaffing of counselors, and a deeply toxic academic pressure. This profession is quite literally eating its young, and first-generation lawyers absolutely bear the heaviest burden here. A 2026 Supreme Court Bar Association survey reveals that 83.1% of surveyed female legal professionals are first generation, meaning they enter a brutal, hyper-competitive profession entirely devoid of inherited networks, legacy, or mentorship. The financial structure is just a closed loop. Supreme Court senior advocates make lakhs per single hearing. Tier 1 firm partners pull in millions annually. But junior litigation advocates scraping by on 0 to 5,000 rupees a month. Elite firms hire almost exclusively from top NLUs, trapping first-generation lawyers in an economically precarious cycle with almost no escape. The accountability paradox context is everything here. The CJI's remark didn't just happen in a vacuum. It occurred during a hearing on a contempt petition regarding the conferment of senior advocate status, the ultimate closely guarded symbol of hierarchy and power in Indian law. When the Chief Justice targeted young lawyers and RTI activists, it exposed a deep institutional frustration with anyone demanding transparency. It is a stunning paradox. The exact same Supreme Court that built India's free speech protections now finds itself at the very center of a free speech crisis. Yet all this institutional anger directed at activists sits against a staggering backdrop of judicial decay. 50 million pending cases nationwide. 50 million. The system is fundamentally unable to deliver timely justice. Yet it still bristles at the youth who dare to point out the establishment didn't just ignore the Cockroach Janta Party, they actively suppressed it. On May 21st, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology ordered the restriction of the CJP's official X account. Think about that for a second. Citing national security concerns. To silence a satirical internet account. It proves exactly how deeply this movement threatened the status quo. And this is what the hashtag #improudcockroach actually means. As academician Apurvan powerfully noted, democracy relies entirely on citizens willing to question authority. To label those who demand accountability as parasites or pests is to completely misunderstand the very foundation of a free society. Ultimately, democracy needs dissent. So look at the whole picture: the erratic gatekeeping, the crushing unpaid elitism, the tragic loss of life in our universities, and the judicial suppression of dissent. As we wrap up this explainer, we are left with one critical, lingering question that you should really be asking yourself. Who does the system actually serve?